All right, so I have to confess that I have more fun creating content, playing the games, than I do doing the editing and prepping stuff, putting it up on the Practice Makes Profit channel. Um, One thing that I haven't covered in a while is to reiterate something that's very important to me, and which I try to refer to fairly frequently because there are people who sort of just drift in and out or pop in for one visit and then go running for the hills screaming, he's mad, or whatever, or a heretic, or something like that. But what I want to say once again is just quite simply this, and that is that I am not suggesting that you adopt exactly what I'm doing in terms of running away, coming back, doing all of those things, or making bets at the kind of level of betting that I'm sometimes driven to because I've hit a bad patch. What I'm trying to get across is quite simply the truth, the logical, mathematical, absolute, inviolate truth that if you go into any of these house biased, and of course they're house biased because otherwise they wouldn't make any money, into any of these tilted games with a tiny bankroll, and that means anything less than probably 50,000 as a rough guide. And even that isn't going to be enough sometimes. So you have to work on building your bankroll and building it and building it and building it. Then you're going to lose. And you need, I suggest, to weigh up, on the one hand, the excitement and the fun and the jeopardy and the adrenaline rush and all the rest of it that you get from putting money at risk, particularly if it's money that you can't afford to lose. And on the other hand, the absolute certainty that you will lose, because that's just how it is. If you don't have enough money to take you through the volatile sequences, series of outcomes that are bound to occur on a regular, not necessarily frequent, but certainly regular basis, then you will be destroyed. And having a ton of money doesn't make any difference to any of that. If you have Dana White style funds behind you and you go into games betting 100,000 to 500,000 or whatever, a spread of 1 to 5 is meaningless, whether it's from 100,000 to 500,000 or from $10 to 50. It's nuts to believe that you can get anywhere against these games with a spread like that. And the trouble that, the problem that I have with all of these professional losers on YouTube is that they try and sell the idea that playing against the odds with inadequate funds is exciting and fun. And there's a possibility of hitting a winning streak and making a fortune. Well, do you know what? There isn't. There is not. And, my whole campaign has always been just to try and make at least a handful of people aware that there is no fun in losing. And in the end, you're going to pay very dearly for the experience, the rush, the excitement of gambling. You will lose whatever you take to the tables. And if you think about, say, a bankroll of 5,000, I don't care who you are. That's real money. That is real money, and to just throw it away is it's insane. Is what it is. I mean, let's not pussyfoot around here. Okay, so that's a repeat. And we've come out with our 175, so we drop. Yeah, if the bet is 100 or more, then I won't take a turnaround bonus or a turnaround profit of less than 100. If the bet, the last bet, is less than 100, or the last bet that you won is less than 100, then I will always repeat it. 100 or less, repeat the bet. More than 100, then fine. So if once you get to 200, if you win the 200, then you don't repeat the bet. And if you watch any of these demos, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about while I fumble with my big fat tongue and struggle to get get the whole thing across properly. Um, just watch the demos because I'm pretty good at playing the rules properly. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good. 51, 2, 3, third. Okay, just about to hop to blackjack there, but +1 for the win. 51 second. 2, 3 third. Well, there it is again. Oh, here we go. Big black bastard buzzing around my head. It's one thing I do dislike about. Go away, you little sod. One thing I do dislike about spring and summer is the damn flies, but at least I don't live in Australia. I hear that over there it is hell. Yeah, my cousin who lived there used to say, "Oh, you get used to it." Never, never in the field of human conflict. Oh, whatever. So that's 1, 2, third, and third bet again. It's like magic this time, isn't it? See, basically, what we're trying to do here is, if you're not familiar with the mantra, the constant repeat, what we're trying to do is to make sure that we win more when we win and we lose when we lose, so that winning less often than we lose doesn't hurt us, doesn't hit us in the wallet. That's the whole thing. And if you don't believe that it's possible to do that, then just watch a few of these and keep an eye out over here. We've got 8 wins and 10 losses, and we're 575 ahead in spite of losing more often than we won. So, that's part of the deal. Anyway, I think we're at 1, 2 again, aren't we? Yeah, 1, 2 third. And again, it just doesn't want to go to 3, does it? 3 play was invented. I invented that about 15 years ago, something like that. It's on the blog. You'll find that. It's called target betting. And the names of this strategy change from time to time because I'm trying to reach a wider audience and trying to explain it better in the name. Turnaround was the first name because turnaround is the objective, obviously, to win back all prior losses in fewer bets than it took, fewer wins than the number of losses that it took to get into trouble in the first place. And then it became target because the target, of course, is the loss to date plus a decent, reasonable, not greedy profit. And then finally pattern betting because the engine basically is these patterns back and forth, which you can see like here and here, Lost that one, so it's a double. And now we're on 1, 2 again. It just seems to be, it's a little dance we're doing here right now, isn't it? And there it is again. Magic. But hopefully by now you know what to do once you reach 3 losses. That's a repeat. Back to the men. Double for the loss. Repeat. Now time to go and wake up the blackjack dealer. Yes, I went to look for files that might be inhibiting the turbo, and I had it set up to file anything with Wizard in it, and it turns out Wizard is a terribly popular name in Windows files. Where is it? I think we've got to how many so far? Oh God, I don't know. It's a lot. And I don't know if any of these have anything to do with this extraordinary slowdown. It's very annoying, I must say. And yes, looking at that, you'll see my real name, but my real name is easily found, so I'm not shy about that. I just don't want to be one of these clowns like the professional losers on YouTube, doing their thing and putting their face all over everything and making silly sort of, I don't know, gargoyle type, what are they called? Thumbnails. Where am I at? I'm in deep shit again. Okay, so all I get for that is a nothing. So we double. That's helpful. That's just about back to min. That's a good one. More money would have been better. Main thing is he didn't match it. That's a double for the push. Always double. 100 or less, double for the push. Otherwise, do not. All right, I think we're at plus max now. I max out at 5 units, which is 125, but you can do whatever you want. So I don't go higher than that. I just stay with it. Bugger. Okay, so that's a repeat. And that would be 3, 4, third. All right. Minimum. I ain't going to win nothing. Yeah, I've got number 9 to process, which is an absolute. Well, it's just like gobsmackingly horrible. And obviously, pattern betting comes out the other side with profit, but along the way, jeepers. Oh, so I thought, okay, well, shall I just do the Excel analysis of that, or no? I think I'll play the game instead. So this is number 10, which will be the last in the take it or leave it sequence series, whatever. Yeah, that would have been rude. Is that? I think that's a plus. I think that's another plus. Yeah, all I can say to people asking for the rules is just please, just watch a few of the demos. They're not that bad. Okay, what I did here was instead of repeating the 100, now if it's 100 or less, I'm just going to go 1-2. Like 75, I'm calling that 1-2 when I lose that in a win sequence, simply because it just helps to just bump up the turnaround profit when it eventually comes, and it always does. It's just sometimes it takes longer than others, and that's when you have to dig a bit. Now, what was that? Oh, that's a clear and back to the min. Making a little bit. Not too bad. Spoke too soon. Okay, double that. And that's a repeat because it was a win. Excuse me. Having an allergy day, I think. Min didn't have allergies for years and years and years. Lived in the middle of a sagebrush all around for, I don't know, 27 years, something like that. Never a problem. I guess these things sort of sometimes creep up on you as you get a little bit older. I'm definitely a little bit older than most people. What is that up there? That's a 22. I like those. I really do. I really enjoy those. But not when I get them. Okay, 51. Second. That's a help. Going to repeat that. Uh huh. 1, 2. All right, good job. So what have we got? We've got 1,000 plus, a bit about 1,100 over here in 15 minutes. We've got about the same on baccarat. So there's a couple of grand in 15 minutes. And of course, the high rollers, the big flashy buggers like Dana White and Co. And Crazy Cody and Steve Will Do It, who's no longer with us, at least as far as YouTube is concerned. That's just nothing. That's wouldn't impress them at all. But for normal people, I think that's pretty good. I've kind of got used to this whole sedate thing here. It's a little bit easier to keep track. So the plus. Oh, flashy. I just wish the Wiz would get rid of that bloody number up there. It's such a pain in the ass. Why would he do that? One, two. 10 would be good. Okay. 3, 4, third. Oh dear. That looks like 19, so that's money in the bank for us. Okay, back to the men. Then I'll have to go back to baccarat. I wonder if that guy's still saying that. He's probably doing it just for effect, I'm going to take my 50 over here. Okay, 51 second. 2, 3, third. Oh, this time it didn't work. Okay, so now we're going to wait for the bank. P1. P2, that's so annoying. There's nothing you can do about it. P3. Is it 5-2 now? Must be 5-2, mustn't it? 7-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to go 3-5 to get our commission back. There it is. Minimum on the bank. It makes no sense to chase the commission afterwards because you're starting a new sequence with a higher minimum bet. Well, Vegas Matt and his friends, when they do that, it's usually less because so supposing they pay $250 in commission, then they'll chase it and start with a $250 bet, which is lower than their usual minimum. When I just love it the way Vegas Matt time and again will say that his bets are relatable, and what a load of bollocks that is. He is betting 10 times at least what a real person bets, a person who doesn't have a Google safety net, coming in check several times a month or whatever it is. Double for the loss. No, it's more than that because we want commission. So that's 2, 3, which will just about cover it. There we go. Yeah, commission total is 60. And see, over here we've got, once again, we've got 17 wins, 20 losses, and a plus balance of 1,400. And, you can only do that. You can only make money down here if up here, your average winning bet is more than your average losing bet. And, it's just so essential and so obvious and all the rest of it. But boy, The pushback I get on that from time to time, it's unbelievable. So stupid. Because it's just, you can just do it on the back of an envelope, on a piece of toilet paper, on a whatever. Still on the bank, unfortunately, but that's all right. Okay, so that's 1-3 because of the commission situation. That's good. Double for the loss. Repeat. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that I ought to change that. The repeat thing when it's on the bank. Now we're on 3-5 is third. Okay, so 8-5. We've got to wait for a player. B1. Okay. 8-5. Okay, 3-4. We're not greedy, okay? 7-8. Oh dear. 15 is going to be 3-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That didn't go so well, did it? Okay, so 7-4 going over to the bank. We've got to wait for the bank here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7-4. Okay, so now it's going to have to be 3-5 to get the commission. 1, 2, 3, 8-10, which is 4-5. Boy, oh boy, we're getting up there now, aren't we? And we're out of trouble. Okay. And we're at 24 wins, 29 losses, and we've got a balance of 2,400. And again, it's like I named this series Take It or Leave It because that's all I can say to you folks out there. If you don't want to believe what you can see with your own eyes, then that's up to you. It's your choice. It's your money, your choice. That's another expression that I use a lot. And it's the truth. I can't force anybody to do anything, and why would I? What I do want to do is to dent the ridiculous profits the casinos make, not only from the way that they treat us with traditional games, but with all the corruptions that they brought in now. And I watched Vegas Matt the other day pushing. He had a banker win 3,000 out on the table, and it was a what have they call it, a Dragon 7, or I think it's a Dragon 7. And it was a push. 3,000, that's the commission on a $60,000 bet. And he had to pay 3,000, which is, it's going to take him a long time to put 60,000 out there, cumulatively. And it's just ridiculous. It's theft is what it is. But, the authorities in Nevada and elsewhere, they don't care. They bend over for whatever the casino wants to do, whatever the casino industry wants to do. They just kiss their boots and their ring and their whatever else they feel like kissing. And, it's pathetic. It really is. So close. Yes, if the only thing that the wizard were to fix would be to put this right and just leave it alone until the second card shows up. Wiz, we can count. We don't really need that at all. Did I lose or win? Oh, jeez. I really should learn to pay attention. I may have left it too late. We'll repeat that one. I'll take that as a consolation prize. Double for the loss. Double down. Back to the min. +1. That's a double. In my book. Not in everybody's, but it is in my book. What the hell do I know? Come on. Okay. So that's 100. So we're on. Is it 2-3 now? Oh, nicely. No, I did not know it was coming. All right. Well, that didn't work, did it? Oh, yes, it did. uh, +1. 51 second. You beat me. You 2-3 third. There we go. Okay. 26 minutes. I think I'll go back and finish the. Finish the shoe over here. Where am I? I'm stuck with Banker, I think. Had a big win there, didn't we? Much appreciated. Thank you, Banker. Double for the loss. Yeah. I'm so used to repeating it now, I think I'll just have to keep doing it. Otherwise, I'll probably blow a fuse or something. 52 for the commish. There we go. One, two. Oh, there we are. Nicely done, Banker. Back to the min. 52. 3-5 is the third. Oh dear. 8-5 waiting for player. There it is. Oh duh. So that's going to be 13-10. Got to save this shoe, which in the end, because of the rollover, wasn't great. Let's have a look at it. Oh, and I haven't updated this one either. Oh my goodness. So hard to find good help, you know? All right, 29 into 11,000 and 37 into 9,400. I didn't even notice that I was 29 to 37. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Where are we? We're on 13-10, I think. Going over to blackjack and crossing our fingers. 13-10. Oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? I got better, maybe. Ah! So that's got to be 13-15 now for the push. Ick. All right, so we came out of that all right. So we got +3, 6, 6, 2, BJ. And number 1548 is +1492. So that's a little over £5,000 in 28 minutes or less, 28 minutes maybe. So, like I always say, take it or leave it. But this information will help you if you want it to and if you let it. That's the important message of the day. I hope. Ah, next time. Yeah, this session really was a rare treat. It, I mean, like if you look at the red line here for the actual value, yeah, it went down for a bit and then woo, bazimba, up it goes. Wonderbar, Wonderbar. Not hugely profitable because, of course, the big money comes when you get your double downs and your naturals and all the rest of it on very large bets. And we didn't have that many very large bets. I mean, there were some, but nothing huge, nothing enormous, nothing crazy like the professional losers on YouTube occasionally fling around and usually lose. I mean, total action was 30,600 for the algorithm, and the win was 3,413 for the algorithm. So there is a difference. I'll go into that in more detail in a moment. But 58 wins, 51 losses, 9.3 player edge. Expected result was a win of 2,843. We didn't win much more than that because that's the point, of course. I mean, when it's easy going, then the bets don't get high and you don't get the same sort of profits. But it was very good. I mean, it's fine in less than half an hour, 3,413. And then we go down to online, which is what actually happened. And action there was less actually. 27,700. The win, according to the figures, I mean, I actually got 5,515, I think, and here it says 5,738, and I'm not sure about the explanation for that, but I think the main thing is there's a small error percentage in there, but I don't think it's anything worth seriously worrying about. Yeah, if the pattern betting result had been adjusted to equalize, to in other words to bring it down to the real play level, then it would have been reduced to 3,086. But however you look at this particular session, it was a doddle. I mean, relatively speaking, yeah, there were some high bets. There were a few here. We went up to 5,000, but it was good. There wasn't not much to say about deck values because it was about half and half black. Well, probably less than half and half. Probably more baccarat than blackjack. But negative was a win of 2,475. Neutral 3,263, and nothing because there were no +2 plus. In other words, no positive deck value situations. So nothing much to report there. And then over here, what do we get? We get the same sort of thing because obviously there was still no +2 pluses. So interesting. Oh, Martingale would have made 1625 on 6,100, which is a good return, but obviously not as good as pattern betting. So there you have it. I mean, that's the story. When things aren't really tough, you don't make as much money. That's just a fact. It's like with my horse racing thing. I look at it sometimes and think, Christ, we're getting into a deep old hole here. But of course, then as the bets rise, and then suddenly you accidentally smack into a couple of 5-1 winners at at 5,000 apiece, and bingo, bango, you're in big money. So there you go. That's about it, I think. Next time.